A fantasy draft is the great equalizer in Madden 23 franchise. So today we're going to be taking my favorite team, the Seattle Seahawks, and seeing if we can fix this team that has a bright future, but has definitely made some mistakes along the way. But massive thank you for 5,000 subscribers. I guess we're pretty well past that already, so this is the 5,000 and 5,500 thank you video, I guess. We're just growing at a crazy rate, so thank you all so much. And if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one, time is very much running out. Just be sure to subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 6,000 subscribers from this video. And if we can hit that, I'll do another one of these fixing the franchise fantasy draft rebuilds, and I think I already know what team I want to do next. And of course, y'all are ridiculous, so we've been easily shattering the like goal on every video, which thank you for 1,000 likes on the last one. I don't know if I want to quite shoot that high for this one, so let's shoot for 900 likes. And if you listening right now like the video, we'll easily hit it, and it takes you like 3 seconds, and it helps push these videos to more people, so I'd very much appreciate it. And let me know what team you would want to see me fix down in the comments down below. Down in the comments down below, you know what I mean. But for the last few fantasy drafts, I've tried like a strategy in each one, and I've tried to not take players that I've taken before, but I'm just gonna throw all that out the window in this one. I'm just gonna take the best player available for the team, in my opinion, in each round. I'm gonna do my regular strategy, and we're gonna try to make this team as good as I possibly can. So without further ado, let's see what we can do in this fantasy draft. So we actually start with the 21st overall pick, which I actually kind of like. And with my first pick, I usually like to go with a pass rusher, and we do have a few options. I think we are going to go with TJ Watt with the first pick. I've never taken him in one of these fantasy drafts. Does very, very well in this game, is obviously very good in real life. 95 overall here, superstar X Factor. Hopefully he can be a monster for us. Let's take him. And just about 20-ish picks later, we have another pick. That's the nice thing about having a late-ish first-round pick in these fantasy drafts. Having a good running back is very, very important in Madden Simulation, so we're going to go with one of the best ones, the best receiving back in the NFL in Christian McCaffrey. Another X Factor at a 94 overall. Let's take him. And in the third round, DeAndre Hopkins is still available at a 95 overall. Will be our number one receiver for the rebuild, assuming we don't make any crazy moves, which we could, but D-Hop is going to be the pick here. Is probably going to join either the Bills or the Chiefs in real life, or probably the Titans because they're apparently offering him a lot of money, but he's joining the Seahawks here. And in the fourth round, we're going to go with one of the best young defensive players in the NFL in Quinnen Williams. Still only 24 years old here at a 92 overall. Definitely want to shore up that defensive line that hinders this Seahawks team so much in real life. So let's take him here. And I didn't even realize, but in one of my fantasy drafts, I literally took like 8 Cleveland Browns players. I'm going to try to not repeat that here, but we are going to go with one, and that is going to be Joel Bitonio. Best lineman still available. Another thing that hurts this Seahawks team in real life, so we're going to try to fix that here, as Joel Bitonio is now a Seahawk. And now finally, in the 15th round, after making a ton of other picks, we are going to go with our quarterback, and that is going to be Jordan Love. I usually like to build a good team and then draft a young developmental QB later, because unless you get one of the top guys like a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, like a good young QB, you're probably going to have to replace them anyways if they just don't do well. Instead, we're going to try to do the opposite, go with Jordan Love, who isn't a great overall yet, but does play pretty well in this game and can develop into a good quarterback. And worst case scenario, we can just draft another QB if he doesn't work out. So let's take him here, literally 15th round, and Jordan Love is now the Seahawks starting quarterback. That's a weird sentence right there. Okay, so here is the team after the draft, and I'm actually really happy with how this team came out. Once I got to about like pick 12 or 13, I was starting to think, I don't know if I got like enough great players, but we're sitting at an 84 overall, which is pretty good. Actually, for reference, let me check. Or not, my game crashed. I guess I'll go fuck myself then. Okay, the thing I wanted to check is where an 84 overall team ranks in the NFL. Do we have the best roster, at least in terms of overall? The Jets have an 83, and it looks like that might be, the Chiefs also have an 83. The Broncos actually have an 84. I guess that's fitting. These two teams are kind of intertwined as of late. So we have essentially the best roster in the NFL. This is a really good team, and it's a team that should only get better. I mean, obviously we drafted Jordan Love, but y'all saw that. Christian McCaffrey, y'all saw that. I made a few of the obligatory picks that I literally always make, like Charvarius Ward, DJ Reed, Justin Simmons, Bobby Wagner, but I really feel like this is a good team and a team with a lot of potential. We also drafted BJ Ojulari. I feel like that's pretty notable. Those bright green sleeves and gloves are definitely something. That kind of hurts a little bit to look at. We also drafted Keely Ringo, which, I mean, he's a similar player to Trey Flowers, the former Seahawks corner, which, if there are any Seahawks fans watching, I probably just gave them fucking PTSD flashbacks or something. I'm sorry. But no, Keely Ringo could be a really good player. Just a really fucking stiff corner, just like me for your mother. But overall, assuming Jordan Love becomes good, I really don't see many things we're going to have to worry about in the future. Maybe tight end, because Zach Ertz is going to regress. We might need a guard, but guards aren't too hard to find. Maybe a receiver if like Sky Moore doesn't hit or something. And then on defense, probably a safety, maybe a defensive lineman, and maybe a corner, and maybe a middle linebacker. But that's what, like worst case scenario, like 6 positions we would have to replace. That's not too bad at all. I mean, each draft we get at least 7 players. First 3 are possible starters, so this could be a pretty amazing team. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I said that, we're gonna go 7-10 every single year, but hopefully not. But that's enough talking about the team. Let's get into the actual rebuild of the team. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 1, and let's see if we can actually fix the Seahawks. Okay, so at the midseason point of year 1, we are 5-2, and we actually have 2 breakout scenarios here. We have a tandem breakout. It's probably going to be like 2 receivers. Yeah, Jakobi Meyers. Let's go praise Jakobi Meyers. I never know what to do for these, so I always just go praise. I don't even know how much of a difference it makes, honestly, but hopefully he can hit it. I don't know. And then we have a breakout QB, which could be massive if we hit that. So 1 or fewer interceptions and 300 scrimmage yards or 3 total touchdowns. That doesn't sound too crazy. What team are we taking on? It's the Giants. They're only 2-5. They're an 80 overall. I don't know. Madden Sim is weird, so we'll probably lose this game, but we'll see what happens. But for re-signings, there are definitely a few players I want back. Does DeAndre Hopkins ever have anything past like the minimum interest? What does he even want? A franchise QB? Maybe in the future. I don't know. That's a shitload of money for someone who's going to regress after the year. We'll offer him player friendly, actually, because he probably won't take it. 5 years, 148 mil. Okay, he doesn't take it. So we'll wait until after the season because he'll regress. So he should be a little cheaper. Worst case scenario, we'll just tag him. Charvarius Ward, I do want back. We'll probably have to go player friendly, even though he is very... No, we'll try neutral. It's 3 years, 44.1 mil. We'll see what happens. And he does take it. Okay, cool. Terrence Steele, how's he been doing this year? Only 2 sacks allowed so far. As soon as I re-sign him, he's going to allow at least probably 10 more sacks on the season, but we'll offer him neutral, 2 years, 15 mil. He takes it. Can't wait for him to be terrible. And then other than those players, it's just a lot of depth here, or just like really old players. So I think for now we're good on re-signings, and let's see if we can hit either of those breakouts. My guess is no, but hopefully. Oh, we absolutely destroy the Giants, 49-23. Let's check the tandem breakout first. We'll save the more important one for last. Ooh, wait, did he hit it? So +3 catch and traffic. That's all? That's all he gets? He doesn't get like a does he get like a dev trade if you challenge him or something? That was kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie. I guess we'll take it though. And then the big one, the QB breakout for Jordan Love. Ooh, he does hit his breakout, and now he has star dev. So this team is definitely trending in the right direction. But with that, let's simulate to the end of the year, and let's see how this team can finish. Alright, well, super quick before I reveal how we did in year number 1. You know, it's just tradition if we make the playoffs. I gotta build suspense and take the time to plug, you know what I mean? Well, I guess I spoiled that we made the playoffs, but I mean, most people have seen my videos by now anyways, so who cares? But if you are new, be sure to subscribe, because all I post are rebuilds, so if you enjoy this is like all I do, and plus it'll make you an OG of the channel. Let's see if we can get to 6,000 subscribers from this video, and then what did I set the like goal as? 900? Just like the video, again, helps out a ton, helps push these videos to more people. I'd very much appreciate it. Helps out the channel more than you could imagine. But this is how the team's looking after year number 1. We have Jordan Love up to a 75 overall with morale, and obviously the star dev now. And then here's a look at the defense. Not much is really different here, honestly. Ringo's up to a 73, which, hell, he could be a starter for the whole rebuild. We'll see if he keeps developing like that. We have BJ Ojulari up to a 77 with morale. The defense in general is looking pretty good. But in year number 1, it definitely wasn't a great second half of the year, as we finished 9-8. We were, what, 6-2 the last time we left off? And Madden was like, the best roster in the NFL, they deserve to go, what, 3-6 through the second half of the year? Not ideal, believe it or not. Ooh, that's a weird stat line. Jordan Love doing his Jameis Winston impression out here. Well, not necessarily. That was better than Jameis, but 4,600 yards, a cursed number in there. Let's go. 42 touchdowns, but 20 picks. That's a hefty amount of interceptions there. But everything else was really good. 69% completion percentage, nice. Wait, if you think about it, 666, 4220 kind of makes 420, and then 69. Dude, all the funny numbers. Jordan Love is just a funny guy, what can I say? Christian McCaffrey with 1,700 rushing yards, 5.5 per carry, 12 touchdowns. Goddamn. How did this team go 9-8 though? I have a feeling just one thing is going to be really, really bad. We'll see what that is, though. D-Hop with almost 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Zach Ertz was good. Sky Moore was meh. Blocking? Yeah, Terrence Steele, of course, was much worse after we gave him a contract, but the rest of the line was really good. Was it our defense? Bobby Wagner led the team with 121 tackles. Tackles for loss, we had a lot, led by Quinnen Williams with 17, and then sacks. Quinnen Williams led the team with 9, TJ Watt with only 7.5. How does that happen? Dietrich Wise with 6, BJ Ojulari with only 3.5. And then interceptions, we had 6 for Charvarius Ward. He was a monster. 2 for Reed and Simmons, 1 for Ringo and Jackson. Oh, well, that's interesting. CJ Stroud wins MVP as a rookie on the Bills. Patrick Mahomes on the Jets at number 2. Russ on the Steelers. Will Levis on the... Zach Wilson up there for the Eagles. Kenny Pickett for the Browns. This is the worst list I maybe have ever seen. What the fuck is this game, dude? Offensive Player of the Year goes to Chris Godwin on the Chiefs. Wait, this is AFC. I'm brain dead. Offensive Player of the Year of the NFC goes to Bijan Robinson, D-Hop at 2. No Christian McCaffrey up here? Huh, okay. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett on the Eagles. No Seahawks. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bijan Robinson. The Panthers always pick him for whatever reason. I don't know why. Sky Moore at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Malcolm Rodriguez on the Cardinals. BJ Ojulari at number 5. So definitely a disappointing year. Well, I shouldn't say that. We made the playoffs, but something was definitely wrong with this team in the second half. It was definitely our defense. We were 30th in points per game. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. This game is stupid as hell, so I think... Yep, it still has the Seahawks listed as a 4-3 in this game, even though they ran a 3-4 last year. We figured out the problem. Well, that's great. I've actually seen the Cardinals defense be pretty good, so we might roll with that. We'll see. But we're not going to jump into the playoff games here yet. We'll just simulate these out. It's only year 1. I mean, if we can win one, that would be cool, but with how the second half of our season went, it's unlikely. But let's see if we can take down the Lions. And we do. We smoke them 49-24, so maybe our new defensive playbook will help us. But we're going to be taking on the 12-5, but only 82 overall LA Rams here. We should win this, but will we? Probably not. Let's see if we can move on to the conference championship. And we do, 24-17. So we're going to be taking on the Eagles here in a playoff blizzard. I mean, if we make the Super Bowl, we'll jump in for sure. But let's see, is it going to give us It's like a -10 all movement abilities, which it looked like he was having trouble moving there. He was like spinning around without moving his legs. That was interesting. But with that, let's simulate straight to the Super Bowl and let's see if we can, well, no, let's go 1 week. And let's see if we can get a win. And we do 28-20 over the Eagles, and we're going to be in the Super Bowl year 1. We have upgrades for Jordan Love, Christian McCaffrey, big upgrades there. Out of curiosity, did we get any dev traits? I guess we'll have to check it next week. I think it gives them next week. But we have a recap for the Playoff Blizzard 2500 XP. We'll take it. And now, of course, Super Bowl year 1, we're going to be taking on the 10-7 Pittsburgh Steelers. Even more upgrades here, a ton of upgrades. And let's check out the team super quick. DeAndre Hopkins went up to Superstar Dev, which maybe he already should have that anyways. Zach Ertz went up to Star Dev. Did Corey Linsley go up? How did he get a dev trait? Oh, best offensive lineman. Okay. Offensive lineman dev ups are really rare, so we'll definitely take it. And on defense, Charvarius Ward went up. Jaron Curse went up to Star Dev. So maybe he could be a part of our future too. I was expecting to replace him soon, but with a dev trait, he could be pretty good. I think Dietrich Wise also went up a dev trait. I think he only had normal in this game. So just this 1 year, even if we don't get a Super Bowl win, we're looking a lot better. But speaking of a Super Bowl win, we have a Super Bowl media day here, and we'll go just the beginning because it technically is. It's only year 1, so 10 staff points there. Should help out Mikey McDingle's squad. And then the Steelers are apparently a hot opponent. I don't know how hot you can be at 10-7. Well, I guess. But we will go be confident. I mean, maybe they had like the opposite kind of season from us. Maybe they started out like 3-8 and finished 10-7 or something. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. They couldn't finish with less wins than they had at one point. You know what I mean? I'm fucking stupid. But with that, let's jump in against the Steelers and let's see if we can get a Super Bowl win in year 1. Alright, well, here we go in the Super Bowl against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, you know, winning the Super Bowl year 1 would be kind of insane, but I guess it's not make or break. Well, it could be make, but we still have 2 more years to win a Super Bowl, even if we don't win this one. So let's simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win. No scoring through the first quarter. So far, the first half, no scoring. All a defensive battle. The Steelers do finally score. They score back-to-back. They're up 13-7 now. Our offense just isn't doing much. We get a touchdown and we go for 2 or we miss an extra point. That was like the fastest Super Bowl ever. We lose 16-3 or 16-13. I don't even know how to feel about that one. I couldn't even process what was happening. Oh, we got beat by Russell Wilson. Not the craziest game ever, but enough to get a win. And unfortunately, we do lose another Super Bowl to the Steelers. You hate to see it. But of course, there are still 2 more years of this rebuild, and the team should just keep getting better and better. I don't know how it's going to do in simulation, to be fair, but year 1 was a pretty good sign. Now, for re-signings, we definitely want DeAndre Hopkins back. The question is, how expensive is he going to be? I would be fine. I don't think he takes this, but I would be fine tagging him. This would be 4 years, 108 mil, which is a little expensive because he is going to regress. I mean, it's not bad right now, but for the future, I don't love it. So we'll see if he takes this. Oh, he does. Okay. So it was what, like 26, 27 mil somewhere around there per year? We'll take that. And then outside of him, there really isn't anybody else to re-sign. I mean, I'll re-sign some of these players just so we don't have to worry about depth so much. But with that, let's get into free agency and let's try to upgrade this team. Okay, well, Kevin Zeitler actually retired, which I guess that isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, that gives us something to replace at the very least. That gives us something to draft. There are a few positions we could upgrade at, like BJ Ojulari wasn't great as a rookie. We could maybe use a linebacker, corner, or maybe a receiver. But there isn't a whole ton for us to do in free agency. There are some good players, but some aren't interested. Like, I would be interested in Frank Ragnow, but there are teams very interested in him, and we just can't really compete with them. Jalen Phillips, I would be interested in, but he's just straight up not very good in this game. Jordan Mailata could make sense at guard if he wasn't 6'8". The only player we're gonna go for here is a pretty good one, one in J.C. Horn. Still only 23 at an 81 overall. Star Dev will be our number 3 corner. Keely Ringo was solid, but this will just be an immediate upgrade. We are the only team with green interest from him, so hopefully that means we can get him. I want to do more than this. I feel like this is boring, and I mean, really the only other option, I guess, would be Jalen Phillips, but I'd rather just develop BJ Ojulari, to be honest. And I would go for a receiver, but I mean, there isn't really an upgrade here at all. So let's see if we can sign J.C. Horn. He signs, and he does sign with us, so J.C. Horn is now a Seahawk. But here we are in the draft, and we actually have the number 9 pick. Oh, wait, that's the Broncos pick. So we need to give those back to Denver. I hate how you can't just, like, trade picks outside a franchise. So anytime I want to do, like, the Seahawks or one of the teams that has traded away their first-round pick or an important pick, I have to either give away the extra pick or take away the pick that we should have from another team. It's annoying, but the whole game is a little annoying. I think the Seahawks have an extra one of the Broncos' third-round picks in real life, so we'll just take that. So the Jags have the number 1 pick. I feel like they always have the number 1 pick year 1 for some reason, but let's sim to our pick, number 31, and let's see what we want to do here. I think I want to go with Kenny Fitzsimmons. He looks kind of crazy. If not, then maybe a receiver, Rashard Medlock. This guy looks really good too. That might be a more exciting pick. We might take Medlock here. He's 6'3", 220, 21 years old, out of Texas A&M. Ran a 4.42 at the combine, 4.38 at his pro day, 23 reps on the bench at the combine, 25 at his pro day. We're basically gonna get like a baby DK Metcalf. Not even a bad route runner at all. Just C medium route isn't amazing, but that's not too bad. He's one of these low injury players, which a lot of the time those are really broken if you don't have injuries on. Because, I mean, they're meant to be one of those players that are like, oh, they're really good when healthy. They're just never healthy. But if you don't have injuries on, they're just going to be good. I don't know for sure if he's going to be a day 1 starter, but he could be. So let's take him. And he has hidden dev, 93 speed, only 87 excel, surprisingly, but 76 strength at receiver is really nice. 90 jumping. I hate his sleeves. Those are so ugly, but he looks like a really good player. Looks absolutely nothing like his picture. I might actually go with back-to-back offensive linemen here, just because there are a couple that look really good. The first one we're going to go with is Thaddeus Dunn. He's 6'2", 330, 21 years old, out of Ohio State. Good strength, good finesse, looks like a good pass blocker in general. Another bad injury player. I don't think he looks amazing by any means. He probably won't be great, and he doesn't have the best bench press at his pro day. He might not be amazing, actually, but I am intrigued by the F injury, so let's take him. Hidden dev, 87 strength, 81 jumping for an offensive lineman is crazy. So replacing Kevin Zeitler definitely will not be an issue. Okay, now the other lineman I wanted to take, Dale McCullough. He's 6'2", 320, 21 years old, out of Bama, so we're going back-to-back big school offensive lineman. 36 bench reps at the combine. Really good finesse player, but not a good power blocker. That's confusing because he's strong and kind of slow. He's a confusing player, but it is what it is. Let's take him. A run block, finesse, a lead block. Looks like a good player, and he also has hidden dev. He looks like another pretty good athlete on the offensive line. Okay, so I'm dumb, and I accidentally simulated past the draft recap thing. So I'm just gonna go through the roster and do it. I guess it'll do pretty much the same thing, I guess. Just pretend I'm not stupid, okay? But Rashard Medlock, I got sick of looking at him, so I changed his sleeve and I changed his face because he looked a little bit stupid. Speaking of stupid, he has 88 spectacular catch as a rookie. 93 speed, 84 catching is good too. Not the best route runner. I thought it would be a little better, but still decent. Really good change of direction too. Only a 74 overall. I thought he would be a little higher, but still looks like a good player, and I do think I want to start him, even though Sky Moore is a little bit higher of an overall. Just Medlock has the dev trait, so we'll see what happens there. And then the two linemen, Dale McCullough was definitely the better one, like I suspected. 74 overall for him, really good strength, good lead block, good run blocker even, and a solid pass blocker, so we'll take it. And Dunn is also a good player at a 71 overall, so we're gonna have a really, really good backup lineman. I guess for when maybe Corey Linsley retires. And let's see, I think that's almost everything that I showed. I took this Aaron Kirksey guy, he's not all that good. good. He had like A tackle. I guess it was only a 78. He also had A to C power moves. It must have been a C because it's only 68. Yeah, he's not very good. But those other 3 picks more than make up for it. So with that, let's get into year number 2. All right, well, here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. No major changes here. I mean, just a rookie at guard and a rookie at receiver in Rashard Medlock. God, I'm so bad with these like generated players' first names. I can never remember them. I don't know why. But the team's looking really nice. We're up to an 86 overall, 88 overall offense, and that's only gonna go up because we still have a ton of younger players here, including Jordan Love, who obviously got a dev trait last year, is up to a 74 overall now. He had higher throw power than that. Did he regress? Oh my god, why does it do that? It doesn't make sense. Why do like young quarterbacks randomly regress? I don't understand. But either way, hopefully he can do well again this year. We'll see. And then our defense, which hopefully will be improved with the new playbook, looking pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is we added JC Horn, which might not have even been a necessary move, but an upgrade is an upgrade, so we'll take it. The team as a whole is looking very nice. But with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 2, and hopefully we're doing well once again. Okay, at the midseason point of year 2, we are 4-2. We'll definitely take that. I was worried we were just gonna kind of collapse this year, but we're doing pretty well. This is a pretty tight division. I mean, there's only like 2 wins separating first and last. So, I mean, we could end up winning it. We could end up getting last in the division. I don't really know. Neither would totally surprise me. But let's check out who we have for re-signings. I did already check this, and it is a little concerning. Like, half of our team is here. Christian McCaffrey, I definitely want to re-sign him. We'll offer him 4 years, 46.8 mil. That's not even really anything. We'll even up it a little bit. 4 years, 48.8. Okay, he takes it. That's absurdly cheap. Bobby Wagner, we'll wait for him to regress, because he will definitely regress after the year. DJ Reed, I want back. 4 years, 59.2 mil. He resigns. And unfortunately, the game sucks, so that's pretty much everybody we can re-sign for now. At the end of the year, we'll have to re-sign Jacoby Myers, Dietrich Wise, BJ Ojulari. So this team is going to get expensive real quick. But with that, let's get to the end of year number 2, and hopefully we can maybe make the playoffs and not totally collapse. We'll see. No promises. Okay, before I reveal how we did in year number 2, you already know what this means. You already know what I'm going to say. If you've made it here and you haven't liked and subscribed already, what are you doing? Because clearly you're enjoying the video at least a little bit. It helps out a ton. Plus, it'll make you an OG of the channel. Plus, it'll recommend more of my rebuilds to you, so you might as well. But the team is definitely looking real solid. McCullough, unfortunately, only has star dev. Same with Medlock. I was really hoping Medlock would have at least superstar, but I guess it's better than normal. And then on defense, I don't think we had any hidden devs, no. But the defense is looking pretty decent. But in year number 2, we finished 12-5, having a very, very good season. Now the team is up to an 88 overall. This is an amazing roster. Let's check out some of the stats though. Jordan Love wasn't amazing. I mean, for real life, this would be good, but under 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns is good, but less than last year. At least his interceptions are down. Christian McCaffrey with over 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns. D-Hop with 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Myers even over 1,000 yards. Medlock as a rookie, only 500 yards, unfortunately. Only 3 touchdowns. Blocking, Terrence Steele is horrible. Joel Bitonio wasn't great. Corey Linsley was pretty bad too, but Jake Matthews was good at least. And wait, Dale McCullough as a rookie joins the all castration team. No sacks allowed as a rookie. Definitely a really good pick in what, the 3rd or 4th round? We'll definitely take that. And then on defense, Jermaine Pratt led the team with 122 tackles. Tackles for loss, 17 from Quinnen Williams led the team. And sacks, 15.5 for TJ Watt. That's a little more the TJ Watt we know. Still probably better than that in real life, but that's definitely good. 11 for Quinnen Williams, 9 for BJ Ojulari. Huh, who would have guessed when you have the right defensive scheme, it actually does decently well. 4 interceptions for Bobby Wagner led the team. He had a really nice year. 3 for JC Horn and Justin Simmons, and then 1 for a few players. But let's check out these yearly award. Oh my god. Aaron Rodgers on the Dolphins wins MVP, so staying in the same division he is in real life. Just a different team. Jacoby Brissett on the Packers is up there. Baker on the Cowboys. This is another cursed list. Offensive player of the year goes to A.J. Brown on the Buccaneers. Christian McCaffrey at number 6. Defensive player of the year goes to Von Miller. TJ Watt at number 6. I hope we don't get 6th for the next award, but we might. Julius Wilkinson of the Giants wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Medlock at number 4. I wish linemen could be up there for awards because ours would definitely be up there. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Cam Ross of the Panthers. No Seahawks up there. Definitely a solid year number 2. And by solid, I mean very, very good. We were still low in passing yards per game, but everything else was really good. Especially, we allowed 19.8 points per game on defense. Goddamn. I wish the Seahawks defense could be like that in real life. But with that, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. It's going to be the 8-9 LA Rams. Now, because I did jump in year 1, we're not going to jump into these games unless we get to, I guess we can jump into the conference championship. But we have some upgrades before we take on our division rivals here in the LA Rams. Upgrade for Ojulari, we definitely love to see that. And we have a cold opponent scenario. How are they in the playoffs at 8-9 even though they didn't win the division? How terrible was the NFC? Goddamn. But we'll go smug response, I guess. I don't know. We're probably going to lose this game, to be 100% honest with you. But let's simulate it out and let's see if we can somehow get a win. Oh, we absolutely destroy them 35-7. Decent upgrades here, including Thaddeus Dunn, who even as a backup has gone up to a 75 overall. Does he have like superstar or something? Oh, he does. He got an ability slot. Ooh. Maybe we can move on from Corey Linsley sooner rather than later because he was pretty terrible this year. But we have a recap for the cold opponent. I don't even remember what this gives. It's kind of a rare thing to get in the playoffs, obviously. 1000 XP. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll take it. But to be honest with you, we are 100% on games that we have just like simulated out in the playoffs and 0% on games that we've jumped into the Super Bowl last year. So let's just simulate this game. It's the 8-9 Saints, another 8-9 team in the playoffs. I guess they could have technically been division winners. Yeah, it looks like they might have been. That's a little depressing. But since it's been working well, let's just simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win. And we do. We win 22-10 over the Saints. Ooh, lots of upgrades here too. D-Hop, Corey Linsley, Dale McCullough, Keely Ringo, Max Borghi, the GOAT. You'll love to see it. And we're going to be taking on the 13-4 New York Jets. Now, we do have the better overall team at an 88 to their 84, but they've definitely seemed better this year. But we do have 2 upgrades. That looks nothing like Justin Simmons. They don't have a Justin Simmons face scan in the game. That's really weird. I did not know that. But we have a Super Bowl Media Day scenario. Well, technically, this isn't just the beginning because we were in the Super Bowl last year, and it's not everything because we still have another year. I guess we'll go just the beginning. I don't know. Well, we're 0% on games we've jumped into and 100% on games we've just simulated so far still. But I'm not going to not jump into the Super Bowl. So with that, let's try to take down Patrick Mahomes and the New York Jets. Now that is a cursed sentence. Oh, they have Demario Davis. Wasn't he a Jet like early on in his career? Or am I crazy? Like 2012 or something? I don't know. But here we go in the Super Bowl. Back-to-back Super Bowl appearances for us. As we're going to jump in against the Jets and try to get the Seahawks their first Super Bowl win in over 10 years at this point. But the Jets score super easily against the best defense in the NFL. However, we do tie it. They kick a field goal to make it 10-7, but we get a touchdown to make it 14-10. They get a field goal, but we get a touchdown heading into half. We make it 24-13 now. The Jets are driving, and they do get a touchdown and the 2-point, and they are going to score a field goal in the fourth quarter, and it looks like they're going to seal the game with a fourth quarter field goal, 27-24, as we are now 2-time Super Bowl losers in this rebuild. This game just hates me today. I talked so much shit in the last one. It's out to get me today. You know what? At this point, I hope we lose the Super Bowl again next year. Let's pull a Buffalo Bills. Lose back-to-back-to-back Super Bowls. I guess they lost back-to-back-to-back-to-back, but still, I think it would be entertaining. No, I mean, if we make it, I want to win one, but also it would be kind of funny. But of course, we do have a decent amount of players still here to re-sign. Bobby Wagner was really good last year. We'll offer him a 1-year, $8.3 million deal, and he doesn't take it? Ooh, the tag is 16 mil. We'll just work to get him back in free agency. I doubt there are going to be many teams going for him. He's 34, only normal dev. I mean, he was asking for more money than he was in real life this past year, and he's only going to be worse here with more aggression. So it shouldn't be too bad to get him back. Jacoby Myers, I want him back as well. 4 years, 60 mil. Let's see if he takes this. And he does. Okay, cool. Maybe a little steep for a number 2 receiver, but it's not too bad. Dietrich Wise, I definitely want back too. Well, do I want him back? He's been good the past couple years from what I remember. Oh yeah, 32 tackles for loss and what, 11 and a half sacks in the last 2 years? Definitely. Let's offer him 2 years, 20.6 mil, and he takes it. And BJ Ojulari was really good this last year. We'll offer him a 4-year, 27.6 mil deal. That's not too bad at all, and he re-signs as well. So we're getting pretty much everybody back here. Oh, we re-signed Kyle Juszczyk. I didn't say anything because I didn't expect him to re-sign, but we just went player friendly. It was like 1 year, 5 mil or something. But with that, we've gotten pretty much everyone we want back. And let's see what we can do in free agency with a decent amount of money to work with. And actually, hold on. I want to see, are there any retirements that I just wouldn't have thought of? Ooh, Dale McCullough got superstar dev. So he didn't have it to begin with, but now he has it anyways. We've had 2 offensive line dev ups in this rebuild, and those are like really rare to begin with. That's really strange. Must have won best offensive lineman as a rookie, but we might work on a trade here for Corey Linsley like I was talking about. It just wasn't that good last year, and we have someone waiting with superstar dev, so that could be pretty nice. Ooh, that's closer than I thought it would be. I feel like we could get a first for Corey Linsley and a bag of peanuts. Let me try something. I thought that was gonna do it. Would this even be worth it at this point? I don't know if that's I don't know. All right, well, we'll find something to do with this pick. We're gonna be trading Corey Linsley, Spencer Buford, and a 2nd round pick to the Titans for a 1st and a 5th. The 2nd round pick in there makes this a little not as great, but it's a very, very late 2nd round pick, almost a 3rd. So we're getting another 1st round pick here and possibly upgrading at center because we're gonna move Dunn over there at 6'2", 330. That's a thick center. It doesn't look that thick though. He's fucking caked up though. Goddamn. I mean, what? It does go down at center, but I kind of expected that. Still a 73 overall, so that's not bad. But let's see what we can do in free agency. Okay, well, in free agency, we're just gonna try to upgrade the team as much as we possibly can. We're gonna go for Keenan Allen, just a direct upgrade at receiver. Will be our new number 2. Myers can be like a pure slot now. I guess Keenan Allen's a slot too. I didn't really think of that. But it is what it is. It's Madden. Who cares? We do have a lead for him, so hopefully we can get him. We'll see. He is interested. Darius Slay, I am going for him too. It's not guaranteed that we're going to get him though. We do have a full offer, a full 5-star offer, whatever you want to call it. And he is very interested, so we'll see if we can get him. But there are 3 other teams that are also very interested. And then Jerome Baker, we don't really have a great linebacker right now, so just would be a big addition in general. If we don't get one of these top 2 guys, which I'm thinking we might not get Darius Slay, we'll probably go for another linebacker. We'll see. But let's see if any of these top 3 guys sign right off the bat. I guess they're not top 3. They're the only 3 we're going for. You know what I mean. Okay, they all sign, and we get all 3 of them. So now the team should be looking really, really nice. I didn't even notice that. Quinnen Williams got superstar, and with morale is up to a 99 overall. Also, Justin Simmons got superstar. We'll definitely take that. And I know we just made a trade, but this isn't a realistic rebuild, so I might make another trade. Are you fucking kidding me? I feel like this happens a lot to me. I literally can't even see a gap in the trade interest level. I hate this game. Like, that should just go through. We'll add Fayon Hicks. We can't oh, it's putting us over the cap. No, it's not. It says we have 4 mil unless it's lying to me. I hate this game, dude. Maybe we just straight up can't do this trade. Well, we'll revisit something like this at the start of next year. I want to make a trade for a big pass rusher because, to be honest with you, I don't really trust BJ Ojulari to repeat. Just speaking from experience, players that do well in a contract year and then get paid usually never do well again because he wasn't good the first year, then had a big year in a contract year, and I don't trust him to do well next year. So I'll try to look for an edge next year, but we'll see what happens. But with that, nothing really left for us to do here, so let's get to the draft. All right, well, here in the draft, we of course have the number 15 overall pick as our first round pick. The Giants are always like terrible in these fantasy drafts too for some reason. It seems like consistently some of the top teams are, or I guess the bottom teams are the Jags, Giants. I see the Cowboys up there a lot, which in regular Madden Sim, they're really good. good. So I don't know. But either way, what do we want to do with the 15th pick? I do maybe want to look... Ooh. I do want to look at a pass rusher. This guy looks kind of crazy. A power moves for a second to third round player. A tackle, A awareness. Definitely more of a 4-3 guy though. That's the problem. It'd be a tough sell at 6'5", 276 in a 3-4 at outside linebacker. But he isn't that slow, so maybe that could work. I'm not going to take him yet because he should still be there with the next pick, hopefully. Instead, let's go with a linebacker. Which one do I like more though? Andrew Tiller might be better. Elite speed, A awareness, A zone coverage. Doesn't look amazing, but does look pretty good. Well, we don't even really need him. We still have Jermaine Pratt. Let me get a look at the team real quick. I don't want to overlook like a super big need. No, I mean receiver, we're more than good. Running back, I suck at drafting, so we're not even going to try that. We really don't need a lineman. The only thing is we could replace Terrence Steele, who's been pretty bad. That might be a move. We could go with a tight end, safety, D lineman. Yeah, we don't have that great a defensive end depth. I think what we might try to do is replace Terrence Steele, but with who? Kurt Woody looks good, but his power doesn't look that good. At least his pass block power. His run block power is probably a C. Good 40 times, solid bench. Ooh, Will Flynn also looks really good. Way stronger, comparable ratings, maybe even better. He's also a second to third round player though. You know what? Hold on. Where do we pick after? Oh, we don't have a second round pick. Okay. So our 2 first picks might both be technically reaches, but I guess we'll go Will Flynn first just because I'm here already on him. He's 6'4", 307, 21 years old, left-handed just like me for real, out of Oregon State, not just like me for real. Not great power, but that's fine. Let's just take him. Normal dev, god damn it, I knew it. But good strength, really good acceleration, could be a decent overall, we'll see. This has potential to be a really terrible draft though, depending on if this next guy is good. Alright, well let's go Jesse Spencer here. Looks absolutely amazing on paper, but sometimes on paper doesn't really pan out. He's 6'5", 276, 22 years old, out of Ole Miss. Good 40, solid bench. Let's take him. And he has hidden dev. Okay, cool. 80 speed, 86 strength, 88 excel. Is inevitably gonna drop when we move him to outside linebacker, but hopefully he'll be something like a 72 at outside linebacker. He'll probably be like a 74 defensive end, is my guess. Okay, this was definitely not a bad draft. Will Flynn is a 75 overall. Of course, it's unfortunate that he doesn't have a dev trait, but is still a good player and is already a comparable overall to Terrence Steele. So now that pretty much just frees us up to trade him. We might do like just a crazy amount of trades. I've never really done that in a rebuild before, but I think it would be kind of fun. A first time experience, kind of like how my first time with your mother was pretty fun. What am I doing with my life? Jesse Spencer is a 74 overall, which is better than I even expected. He was a 76 at defensive end. He is a really good player. Will more than likely only have star dev, but that's fine. He's already a good player to begin with. I don't know how much he's going to get on the field, but we'll see. And then let's not talk about the rest of the draft. How about that? I don't know what the hell the CPU did, but let's maybe get some trades cooking up if we have the money. Okay, we might be getting scammed here a little bit, but we're trading J.C. Horn, Terrence Steele, and Max Borghi for Tremaine Edmonds and a 4th round pick. Is it a little steep to be trading like a really solid corner and a good overall right tackle for a linebacker? Maybe, but we don't need those 2 players and we do need a linebacker, so it works out. I mean, we didn't really like need a linebacker, but it'll be our number 1. All right, well, here we're trading Braden James, I think that's his first name, I can't remember, Greg Gaines, and Daniel Bellinger for old man Cam Hayward and a 6th round pick. Greg Gaines, I didn't even realize. I was wondering where he was in the stat sheet and everything. Just wasn't even really a starter here. So now Quinnen Williams and Cam Hayward are pretty much going to be our top 2 for defensive tackle. That's kind of a ridiculous combo. And I think I still want to make one more trade. I know I'm getting a little crazy with the trades here, but let me have my fun, okay? Okay, so we're going to be making an interesting trade here. It's going to be a player that I think I traded for in the last rebuild even. It's going to be Chase Edmonds, Tyler Biadasz, and Jerome Baker, who was supposed to be a starter, for Mike Gesicki. picky. I wanted an upgrade at tight end. Unfortunately, we had to give up Jerome Baker to do so, but I also have a plan there. We're making all sorts of moves out here. I kind of like it, I'm not gonna lie. All right, with probably the last trade we're gonna make, we're gonna trade Fedarian Mathis, who I kind of forgot was even a part of the team, a 4th and a 6th that we just got in some trades, for Frankie Louvu to be our number 2 linebacker. More of an edge, but it's Madden, so who cares? All right, well, I think that's gonna be all the trading we're gonna do, and here's a look at the team heading into the third and final year of the rebuild. This team is disgusting at an 89 overall heading into the year. 89 offense, 91 defense. This defense is absolutely crazy too. And to be honest, we still have younger players like Quinnen Williams. Tremaine Edmonds is still pretty young. BJ Ojulari, still very young. And then obviously on offense, most of our offensive line is super young. Jordan Love is still really young. This team has a lot of potential. Now, it's Madden simulation, so anything can happen. And to be honest with you, I would bet more on the side of us missing the playoffs than making them, but we'll have to see what happens. So with that, let's get to the end of year number 3, and let's see how this team can do. All right, well, here we are at the end of year number 3. You already know why we're here. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. It helps out a ton. It'll make you an OG of the channel. 6,000 subs, 900 likes. Is that what I set the goals as? If we hit those, I'll do another one of these fantasy draft rebuilds. It helps me know y'all are still enjoying them, because I'm definitely enjoying making them. But the team is up to a 91 overall, which is maybe the best overall team I've ever built. I think it's at least the best fantasy draft team I've ever built. The team is looking really, really good. And here's a look at the defense. Also very, very good. But in year number 3, we finished 14-3, easily making the playoffs. Now, in both the pass game on offense and defense, we weren't great. 19th in offensive pass yards per game, 28th in defensive pass yards per game allowed. So not great, but we still had a good record. We'll take it. Jordan Love was pretty good though. 4,300 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. That's the big thing. Good year from him for sure. Christian McCaffrey with 1,600 yards and 20 touchdowns. D-Hop with almost 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. Keenan Allen over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Blocking, Will Flynn wasn't great, but the interior was really good. Jake Matthews was good for Madden. But to be fair, Will Flynn wasn't really any worse than Terrence Steele has been, so it wasn't really a downgrade. But Tremaine Edmonds led the team in tackles with only 115. It looks like our defense wasn't on the field too much, which is a good thing. 22 tackles for loss for Quinnen Williams led the team. And then sacks, not great, honestly. TJ Watt with only 10.5. BJ Ojulari with 7. Quinnen with only 6. Cam Hayward with only 5. It looks like the rookie Jesse Spencer didn't even get half of a sack in 300 snaps, which is a decent amount. But interceptions, we had 2 for Edmonds, Curse, and Reed, and Ward, and then 1 for a few players. So despite our record, it kind of looks like we underperformed just based on, I guess, how good our team overall is. I mean, I know we were 14-3, but we were, what did it say, 14th in defensive yards allowed? That's not great. Oh my fucking god. I hate this game. Zach Wilson wins MVP of the 13-4 Philadelphia Eagles. Will Levis up there too. Myles Garrett up there? Oh, he must have had 40 sacks. Like, legitimately, he might have. But Jordan Love was up there at number 10. We'll take it. Offensive Player of the Year does go to Christian McCaffrey. We'll definitely take that. This is a weird list. Deontay Harris, or Hardy now, I guess, up there. John Mechie. Cool to see him up there. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett, of course. We gotta check what he did. Oh my fucking god, they have Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald on the same defensive line. How is that fair? TJ Watt was up there at number 10, but of course, he normally does much better in this game. Just when we get him, he isn't as good. Nobody up there for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and probably nobody up here for Defensive Rookie of the Year, but that's fine. I don't even know who we would have had. Oh yeah, and let me check. What did Myles Garrett do? Oh my god, Zach Wilson. Oh, yeah, who coded the sack numbers in this game? You either get none or you shatter the record by over 10. Myles Garrett with 34.5 sacks and 20 tackles for loss. That literally doesn't make any sense. 10 is a good season. He had almost 350% more than that. That's I don't like that. That's so dumb. That's so stupid, dude. But either way, we're of course in the playoffs. Let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. It's going to be the 8-9 Detroit Lions. I can't wait to lose this game. But we're not going to jump into this game we've been just simulating all of them. We're 100% for games we've just simulated, 0% on games we've jumped into. So even if we make the Super Bowl, this is going to be the rare case where we don't jump in, but we'll probably get stopped early. But there isn't really much for us to do here. Let's just take a look at the Lions. So there's something for us to do here. Who do they have? They have Stephon Diggs. I saw that. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Allen. Oh, and then it kind of falls off after that. I mean, Javon Holland's good. George Pickens, Bryce Young, Trey Smith, Ancient Brandon Graham. They have some good players. This is not a bad team. But with that, let's simulate this game out and let's see if we can get a win. And we do, but barely. 42-38 over the Detroit Lions. I don't know why I say Detroit like that. Most of the time I just say Detroit. I don't know. I act weird in my videos sometimes. But we're going to be taking on the 8-9 LA Rams. They have Penei Sewell, Rashawn Slater. That's an elite tackle duo. They have Dak, of course. They signed Cam Curl. They have Javonte Williams, Jamel Dean. We saw that. Deontay Johnson, AVT, Harold Landry, Odell. They got Odell back. Javon Hargrave, Randy Gregory, Joey Porter Jr. This is a good team. The cool thing about fantasy drafts is it's hard for there to be like a really bad team. I mean, everybody gets a fair shot at good players. Like in real life, there are teams like the Cardinals, the Rams, who have like little to no roster talent. I mean, the Rams have a few really good players, but outside of them, they have literally nothing. The Patriots in real life don't have like any true superstars, but here they have goddamn Tyreek Hill, Rashawn Gary, Will Anderson, Najee Harris, DJ Reader. Like it makes everything more balanced. So I kind of like it. But either way, enough rambling. Let's simulate this game out and see if we can beat our division rivals in the LA Rams at 8-9 once again. And we unfortunately do not. We lose to a much worse team in the conference championship. Classic EA. And you know what? I'm going to be petty. We have a 91 overall team. Let's see how much this team is the best in the NFL by. So we're a 91, of course. What's the best? What's the second best team? The Patriots are an 85. The Jets are also an 85. The Cowboys are also an 85. The Chiefs are also an 85. The Chargers. The Bills are an 86. So we are the best team in the NFL by 5 overall. And we don't get one Super Bowl win. We did make 2. But like in real life, this team would be like a dynasty. This roster is disgusting. Plus, we have literally the greatest head coach of all time in Mikey McDingle. There's no way we're losing that. But it is what it is. But if you enjoyed my weird rambling, be sure to drop a like and a sub. I've literally plugged like 6 times in this video. I'm sorry. Let me know what team to do next if you want a shout out whenever I pick your comment. That's just for the regular rebuilds though. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. This was a fun team to build. I'm really happy with how this team came out, whether we had the success or not. Because at the end of the day, it's just completely a coin flip. There's nothing I can really do about that. This is quite possibly the best team I've ever built. And no more fitting team than my favorite team, the Seattle Seahawks, with I think 0 real Seahawks players. I don't know what that says about the team. But of course, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope y'all enjoyed. And with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.